All right, Joaquin, you got the S259. Been messing around with it kind of all day here at Karsten.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts of it?
It's obviously it looks beautiful, first of all. I
Yeah.
like the way it looks. It's gonna look beautiful on the back. Uh, and then it looks pretty similar, like the lines on the club, like as my 159.
Yep.
But it definitely looks a little bit different here. Like it kind of has a little bit of offset.
A little bit more offset in this transition area, right?
Yes, would you agree with
I
that?
would agree with that. Yep.
Uh,
How's the feel been off the face when you've been chipping around with it?
The feel of the face is really nice. The bounce is really similar to my old one. I use the B bounce,
Yep.
which is pretty much it's quite a lot, but I like it. I like how the leading edge it's kind of like sharp into the ground, but at the same time I know I got this,
Some safety on the back.
some
Like
safety on
I
the
can get
back.
it in there, but we're not gonna leave it in
I
there.
know it's gonna go down, into the ball, but it's not gonna dig, which is I think is a nice feeling to have.
Let's see if we can make this first one.
All right, gonna go mid height.
Mid height, little spin. We'll check on the
Little
second
check on
one.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
He got it there. Spin. Oh,
Oh, a little
close.
too.
Very close. So Joaquin, take me through how you got to the B, because in years past you used even the Glide Forge
Yep.
Pro 60T. So you used a thin sole with no bounce, with lower bounce, and now you're in our wider sole with a little more bounce. So
Yeah.
explain how that journey happened to get you into this.
Yeah, I went a little bit through everything. I did went to a really almost no bounce 60, and I felt like I had a hard time out of the bunker mostly. So yeah, I felt like I didn't have many of these shots on the course of the round, and I did hit a lot into a lot of bunkers. So I needed to feel more comfortable into those shots,
So
having
mainly
more
it was
bounce.
just improving your bunker play to
Yeah.
start.
Yes,
That makes sense.
That was the main goal.
Yep, got it.
And then from there, I felt like my technique got so better that I was able to hit every shot with this bounce out of any turf. Obviously, we get to something like the Open,
Maybe
and
change.
I do need a little bit, less
Yeah,
bounce
yeah.
and try something different. But, and in that scenario, I can use the 56 out of the bunker, which is still fine. So yeah, just adjusting, which there's a lot of options, so which is nice, People like you guys can help us out and find something that we like.
That's been the one thing with the, now even more in the S259 is we have 6 different soles to start with in the 60 degree.
Okay.
So within those 6 different soles, we're going to get you I think we're going to get a player 90% of the way. Now, do we have to take off a little bit of heel or, make a little adjustment? Maybe, but 5-6 years ago we had 2 soles or 3, and then you have to totally redesign a wedge. So with those 6 different options, and then them really making the T grind, I'm not sure if you saw the new T grind in this.
I saw it.
It's so much more aggressive. So it's
It does look like a knife, and it's
really
it's
like
nice.
a knife, which is, that's great, because now from there you can go to the H or the E.
You get different type of players
Yeah.
that like different kind of stuff, and having more options is always nice to have in the tool of
Yes, especially as you play. You're playing 20 times a year, but all around the world, the grass is going to
all
drastically
different turf,
change.
different
Yeah.
grass, different. So yeah, it's nice to have different options. Hit another shot and just love it. Little higher.
A little higher, okay? Oh, that one was sick. Yeah, that was nasty.
Some check. Little firm greens, eh?
Brand new, right? Brand new Bermuda.
A little slow but firm. Ooh,
There it is.
go. Yeah, no, they feel pretty good, eh?
Going to the more bounce, obviously you're hitting it higher. Do you feel like do you open it up less than you did before,
Yeah, I
because
do.
it's not as easy to open up?
Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot how to release the clap face down into the ground. Like
So-
before, I wanted to hit it high, and I will open up the face, and it will have no room for it because all the bounce was there,
Yeah.
So I needed no bounce. Which now I feel like I can hit a flop shot with a really square face. I feel like I can put my left hand a little bit weaker. I can open up the clap face going back, and then once I coming back, I feel like I gotta throw the toe down.
Okay.
And through it, and that's how I'm gonna create loft and use the bounce properly to kind of like.
So that's what you're saying.
Open
The more bounce not only was better out of the bunker initially, but it's probably made you a better chipper, because that
100%.
technique it feels like it's going to be more consistent over 100 shots, whereas the one
100%.
where you open it way up and it could ride the face. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking more for that consistent soft flight. So I don't need to go like crazy flop shot all the time, you know, where I feel like if I want to hit it high, I can just go square face, open it back, and then throw the toe in.
You can just hear how much soul, like how much contact
you can hear
you can hear that
was
click.
nice.
And then obviously the more bounce, probably if you wanted to like chase one back there, the more bounce had to be great right away, right?
Yeah, right away. I mean, obviously, when I hit it something low and firm, I don't use much of the bounce because I feel like I just go straight down into the ball.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I probably close the face a little bit more as well. Put it on the toe high also. I mean toe down.
Toe down, yep.
I just kind of feel like I draw it a little bit more.
Beautiful. Would that be the same technique you would try to use if you were into some sticky Bermuda?
Yeah, if I'm in super sticky Bermuda, like into the grain and all that, I will really get super close to the ball.
Yep.
I'll put just the toe down, I'm gonna try to hit it with this part of the face, you know, like this.
Yep.
Because I know it's never gonna dig because you got like this sole just curving.
Yeah, the toe doesn't dig. The heel will
never
dig on you. Yeah.
So I really focus on put it there, even aiming a little bit kind of like drawy. And the same kind of feeling. Just lead with the toe at the backswing.
Beautiful. You could just hear that, how it just kind of glided, like glancing blow, but that's what you were
just
trying to
like
create.
Slide, you know.
Yep. So what if you had that same into the grain lie? You're kind of in a bowl, like, you know, like maybe like in Florida, obviously that's where you get the most. But then you had to you have to do everything the same, but you need a little height on the shot.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
I mean,
obviously
it's a tricky shot.
It is.
I'll still go with the toe down, and I would do a similar feeling, like open at the face and throw the toe really early. Like I feel like I'm gonna.
So that's how you're creating your height. Is that throwing of the toe?
Yeah, like obviously my feeling is gonna be there, but like with being there and then my body moving, it's gonna be really in a straight line.
Up,
you know? So that's my feeling, like being here. So I'll go with the toe down and do that same feeling.
That's so good.
A little firm, but that was a nice contact.
Very nice contact.